So first we created PVC, okay, and mounted it as an persistent volume claim PVC. Okay, in second exercise which we did today, we mounted it as config map. Okay, and we had some data in it. Okay, earlier we just defined that I need to use 1 gigabyte of PVC. Here I'm saying that use this data as config map and mount it on some particular path. Okay, then now what we will do is create Kubernetes secret. Okay, so why there is a need for Kubernetes secret? Most of the times we'll be using YML files. Okay, in YML files sometimes we'll have to enter the clear text password. Okay, and that YML files are mostly uploaded or kept on the GitHub repository or GitLab repository, and we should not keep our sensitive data there in a clear text format. Okay, so that's why we use Kubernetes secret. Okay, for sensitive data we'll be using Kubernetes secret. For non-sensitive data we'll be using config map, and for large volume of data we'll be using PVCs. All three are almost similar. Okay, and there are various types of secrets. One is opaque, then we can create service account. Then if there is a docker config file, that also we can create as a secret basic code. There are various, but we'll be seeing the most famous one, that is opaque one. We'll create an opaque secret today. So how we create it, uh, ignore this above base 64 one. So what we will do is we'll create a MySQL secret, kind as MySQL secret. Okay, and here we'll mention the MySQL password. Okay, in the secret yml.config. Okay, and what is this value? This is some encoded value. This is not in clear text format here. Okay, so secret also is not created in a clear text format. In that we are defining that you will be using MySQL root password as this one. Okay, and then we call it that we'll be creating a MySQL container, and we know that whenever we create a MySQL container, we need to define MySQL root password. Okay, so the admin can log in and do some stuff there. Okay, so here also we are not giving the MySQL password as a clear text format, but we will take it from a secret which is created in a Kubernetes secret. And here the key is MySQL root password. Okay, so what I'm saying is that MySQL root password, its key reference is this MySQL underscore root password. Okay, and it will just refer this secret and add the password, but nothing will be saved in the clear text format. Okay, and why we are using this, okay, that also I'll explain. So let me copy it. So if you see here this value, this is some encoded text. It is the password in encoded form. So how to create that, we'll be doing the same in the exercise as well. So let's start the exercise. Mkdir secret example, I'll add secret example. So the exercise number 12 we have done. Now we are doing exercise number 13. So okay, I'll create first a deployment without secret, MySQL deployment without secret. Okay, in this case everything will be in a clear text format. Okay, so I'm creating a MySQL deployment and a service as well. So if you see, we are creating a MySQL container or a pod, and we are defining in a clear text password, clear text format, that the password will be my password. And if you save this file, uh, deployment without secret.yml in a GitHub or GitLab, everyone will come to know that the root password is my password. Okay, so just apply it, kubectl apply -f MySQL deployment without secret. So it will take some time. Kubectl get all. Okay, so it is creating the container. Meanwhile, to reduce the load, I'll just delete this kubectl, delete nginx deployment and nginx service. Don't need that. Okay, so it's still creating the MySQL deployment. So till then, I'll explain about this. So next what we will do is we'll be creating um, MySQL deployment with secret as well. Okay, so let me create that MySQL deployment with secret and just copy paste it. Okay, so here what we are doing is we are creating a MySQL deployment with secret, and here we are referring that use it from a secret, but we haven't yet defined a secret. So let's create the secret file as well, and that is this one. So MySQL secret we are defining here. Okay, so here the password, this is the encoded text. Okay, so we will create our own encoded text, and how to create that using this command. So I'll make it as red hat. Okay, so suppose I'll just do echo red hat. Okay, it is giving it on the screen red hat. Okay, now I'll just encode it. To encode it, I'll have to add base 64. So this is called as base 64 encoding. So the encoded value for red hat is this one. Okay, so we are not actually giving the passwords, but we are in that secret file will add this value. Okay, not the red hat, but this value. And why I have given this line, so if you decode, so here earlier using base 64 we encoded red hat. Okay, and the encoded value is this cmvk a gf0, and if you decode it, okay, then its value is red hat. Okay, so we won't put it in clear text format, but we'll add this. Okay, so for creating a secret, just do mysql secret, go to that. And earlier that it was during the exercise it was something else, so you all will also have to remove this and add your own encoded value. Okay, so just save it. Okay, so kubectl get all, I haven't deployed both. Okay, first let's check what happened to the mysql deployment without secret. Kubectl get all. So the deployment without means in clear text format, whatever we defined, it is created. Okay, it doesn't has anything to do with the deployment, but what will happen in the production environment that I'm explaining. Now I see that a MySQL pod is running, and I see that I haven't defined any other service for it. So I'll have to go inside the container MySQL kubectl exec -it. Okay, I'll go inside the container --bin bash. Now I'll try to access the MySQL. Okay, and without password, it is not allowing me. So what I'll do is I'll add -p, and now I don't know the password because I am a third party kind of a hacker who is trying to go inside the pod, okay, MySQL pod. So what I will do is I'll first check if by mistake someone has added yml.config file in a GitHub or somewhere else, and if the password is mentioned in clear text format. So suppose I found that this file is added in GitHub, okay, and I go to GitHub and I see that, oh, they have defined here my password as in clear text format. So let's try to use it. Okay, so he got the password and he logged in into it. Okay, so in short, this is how it happens in the production environment as well, if someone puts the password in clear text format. So to avoid it, what we will do is we'll create a MySQL secret. Okay, so I'll create a MySQL secret object in Kubernetes, and the MySQL password here I'll mention that key is MySQL root password and its value is the cmvkagf0, and how we created it using these two commands. Okay, so to make it easy, rather than running those command, I have created a small script, okay, which will give us an encoded value and a decoded value. So whatever method you find, okay, you use it. So here I'm creating encode decode.sh shell script. So en encode and decode.sh, enter. So what it will do is it is at the backend using the same command, encoding and decoding base 64. So bash encode.sh. What I want to do, I want to encode the password. So enter the password. I am entering Red Hat REDHAT. Okay. So the encoded value is same, which we got it, right? This is the value. And if you, for testing, if you want to test it, bash, it will asking what you want to do. I'll use the second option and I'll just add this. When you add it, it won't show it on the screen. Okay, so decoded password is Red Hat. So I just used this one and added it in a MySQL secret. Okay, now just do kubectl get secret. Let's check if there is already any secret. So if you see if there is nothing in a default namespace, we'll do kubectl apply -f MySQL secret. And now if you do kubectl get secret, we can see a MySQL secret of type opaque is created. We can try to describe it. So even if we describe, and if a normal user tries to describe it directly, they cannot access the MySQL password even though it's created inside it. Okay, so nobody will is able to use, at least using this option, able to recognize the password. Okay, so we are safe. Now what we will do is we have this file where we'll be calling this secret. So MySQL deploy with secret. So here what we are doing, we are calling that MySQL part. So we are saying that for getting a MySQL root password, its value, refer MySQL secret key MySQL root password. So this is the key which it is referring in internally. So kubectl apply -f with secret, kubectl get all. So the second pod it is creating this one. Okay, and when we try to log in, uh, we know the password, it is Red Hat. Now I cannot refer anywhere to check the password. So only the developer or the DevOps guy has the password. Nobody else has it in a clear text format anywhere. But still I will say it is not 100% foolproof. Okay, because it is encoding and decoding. Okay, encoding actually, decoding we do. An encoded password can be easily decoded if you get access to it, that encoded password. It is not an encryption. So for encryption we'll have to use some third party. Kubernetes by default supports encoding only. Then in that case, if you want to encrypt the data or encrypt the password, for that we'll have to use third party like HashiCorp Vault. You must have heard, we'll have to install HashiCorp Vault. Or if you are using cloud services, then we'll have to use key manager. Okay, something, in every cloud there is a key manager or secret manager, actually not exactly the key manager, the secret manager. Every cloud has secret manager that we'll have to use to save the passwords in a encrypted format. So now again we'll just access it, kubectl exec hyphen it hyphen bin bash. So mysql hyphen p. Okay, it is asking for the password, and we know password is red hat. Okay, now we are able to access it. So this was the exercise for my Kubernetes secret. Okay, but sometimes nobody knows the password. Okay, or the one who has set the password is not in the office, or due to some reason he has left the organization. Then how to retrieve the password? So there is a command. Okay, this is the command which I have given at the end. But for that you'll need an access to Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so what it is doing is, uh, so first let's check what is kubectl get secret. So when we do describe secret, which secret we want to describe? MySQL secret, if there are multiple. Okay, so it is just saying 6 byte. Okay, but if you use this command, the one which I have added here, okay, in a JSON format, okay, get the value of the data inside. Okay, the data inside MySQL root password. Okay, and decode it, base 64 decode it. Okay, so if you see, it has given the output as red hat. So only way to know the password is this command. Okay, and for that also you need an access to Kubernetes cluster, otherwise it's not easy to get the password. Okay, so that's it for this exercise, and today you all can practice both the exercises now.